Welcome to Norfolk Perspectives City Slice. I'm Bob Batcher. Well, you have a newly renovated museum of art. You have The Duck has come, and 1.5 million images have been made. And your first day at work is right around the corner. What do you think? How's that for a first question? Doctor, I'm going to say it once. Dr. Erik Neal, Director and President of Chrysler Museum of Art. You say yes.
Yes, you say yes.
And then
you say, this is going to be exciting, because when you come in as a new director and you've got a new building, all the problems have been fixed, at least for the time being.
The roof doesn't leak.
Roof doesn't leak.
The rising water.
You've taken everything out of the basement. You've taken all of the machinery out of the basement. You've put it up on, 2-3 stories above the water level, so you've eliminated that concern. You've systemized the building so you have a better experience for your visitors. You get to start thinking about what you want to do for the future.
You've exposed it to the world.
That's right. Not enough.
So as the new director, what do? Sit back and relax?
Yeah, put your feet up and eat bonbons. Not quite. You try to meet people. You try to come on TV shows, introduce yourself, meet the people of the community of Greater Norfolk, and you think about ways that the museum can have a serious impact on people's lives here in our region, but also maybe nationally or internationally.
Okay, I am so glad you're here, because I do want to say welcome to Norfolk.
Thank you.
It is so exciting to see you. I'm going to tell the viewer, though, the first time I met you, you got into a bidding war, basically, with some of the other new directors. And we won't mention your names, and they're with other venues. But I heard, all of a sudden I heard, an art museum, a maritime museum, and a garden talk about marriage and how you're the best place to get married and all that kind of good stuff.
Yes,
right?
It's true.
So you're proud.
We are very proud. It's interesting you should say that. There might have been one time when a museum could just do one thing, show some art, and there were a handful of people in the community who would appreciate that. We try to be many more things. We also have to be conscious of the bottom line. So we are a great place to get married or to have your corporate event, as they say, and it seems to be very popular. It's a distinctive environment. It's a beautiful space.
Lunch after church is a good place to go. Come on, might as well get it all in there.
Lunch after church, come for a lecture, come for a concert, third Thursday of the month.
Is it warm it or cool it? I always lose track.
Warm it.
Warm it. Okay, and you're sitting on the sofa, so I'm going to say this. You got the best gift shop in town.
Thank you. I think so.
Well, that's good.
Yes, if you need to buy a holiday tie or get somebody a gift, this is a great place to be. And we also, we have this wonderful glass studio, and we often have works by some of the artists associated with the studio and other glass artists.
Okay.
And you can't find that anywhere.
We're going to talk a lot about the museum, but I want to find out, who is Dr. Erik Neal?
Well, thank you for asking. I grew up in Arlington, Virginia.
Oh, down the street from where I grew up.
So right outside of Washington, D.C., and the museums there were a big part of my life.
Did you get the 5th grade
I did.
tour to the National Gallery of Art?
To the National Gallery of Art.
And you had to hold single file and be real quiet?
Be real quiet.
Did you wear a tie?
I did not wear a tie.
See, I had to wear a tie.
So
I went through earlier than you did, though.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it did.
The Arlington County Public Schools did not have a dress code when I was there.
Oh, Alexandria did. Okay, so is that kind of your example?
Well, in some ways, certainly the National Gallery has this fantastic collection. In fact, we've borrowed some works from them, some Cubist works from the National Gallery. We have them up right now. So I certainly see them as being one of the great art museums of the country and of the world. But we also have a role in our community. We play a role that actually, frankly, the National Gallery doesn't play. There's so many other things in D.C. Serving their communities. We're the one place, really, in Norfolk where you're going to see art. So we also think of us as a place where, you can do a little shopping. You might hear a concert or a lecture, come for lunch at Wisteria, and we want to be more than that, than the hallowed halls of
where it echoes. So when you were walking through there as the 5th grader, did you envision yourself as running a place like this someday?
Probably not in 5th grade, but I will tell you, it's the honest truth that when I was young, I went to a lot of museums, American history, natural history, the Air and Space Museum, and I was probably in high school, and this woman, older woman, friend of somebody's parents, said, "Oh, you could be a director of a museum one day." I'm telling you, this is absolute truth. And, it stuck there in the back of my head, and I've never forgotten that.
So how do you prepare yourself for that?
Well, I have a PhD in art history from Harvard University. That helps.
Well, hello.
And but I trained more to be a teacher, a professor of art history. But when I started teaching, I thought, this is great, but maybe I have some other skills. And I went to Tulane University, where they have a wonderful art gallery, the Newcomb Art Gallery, and I became the director there. And I found that this really was up my alley, where you do some curating, you do some teaching, but you also meet people in the community, think about the broader picture of what kind of programming you want to have.
So is that where you kind of cut your teeth on a board?
Yes. Yes.
You smile when I say that.
That's a big part of any director's job, is helping to create a good board, working with the board to be effective, making sure we're all kind of on the same page to achieve the mission of the institution.
Now, when were you in Tulane? Were you there before or after Katrina?
Both. I was there.
Hello. So that meant during.
That's right. So, and I'm very proud of this moment. Something I'm very proud of about that with other people. This is certainly not I did by myself, but we worked to preserve the university's collection, which for quite a while, was stored in the basement of a library. And there were some pretty important works in there. And we said, we've got to find a better way to take care of these objects. Got them out of the basement. We found off-site storage in New Orleans, and we completed that in April or May of 2005, and the hurricane hit at the end of August.
Whoa!
So that's luck. Luck happened because it could. The hurricane could have happened a year before, but it didn't, and we did some planning and got it.
So when you interviewed here, did you come in the back door and not realize you were on the Hague?
I had read a little bit about Norfolk and about
hence the duck,
yes, where that changing boundary between the water and the land. I knew a little bit about it.
Now, in my crack research, I recognized. Then you go from Tulane to the Big Apple.
Yes, I lived in New York for a number of years, which was great. I had never lived there, and if you're in the art world, it's really the center in the United States. Maybe Los Angeles as well, but so much happens there.
It's kind of like being at the Chrysler.
It's just like
kind of. Yeah.
Well, you'd be surprised. The collections that we have at the Chrysler, there are people in New York who want to borrow them, and there are people in London who want to borrow them. There are people in Paris, in Madrid. So thankfully, we like to participate in that level.
Cool.
So we like to have an interchange.
Now, okay, then you go for a little diversity in life.
Yes. I went to the country. I went to Easton, Maryland, and the Academy Art Museum, which is an art center.
Okay.
It has certainly had an exhibition program, but we did a lot of teaching.
So you go back to your
That's
root,
right.
Your root interest then.
And I think of myself as an educator in the broadest sense. I do. That was very nice. I actually thought I might be there for a while, but somebody gives you a call and says we're doing a search, and would you be interested? And then
did you know about the Chrysler before?
I certainly did.
I
certainly did.
Okay.
I certainly knew the collections, and I had seen parts of the collection even as a young kid that traveled to the National Gallery.
Okay, the Chrysler is our collection. I mean, it's kind of ours.
Yes.
I mean, and that's kind of the difference between New York City.
Right.
It's kind of our gathering spot.
It is. We can be very proud of it, and I think it's a jewel here.
But it doesn't minimize it because it's ours. I mean, you make the comment. People from London want to see our stuff.
You bet. You bet. We had coming into the port here. We have some of these cruise ships, and we had these groups of Germans recently, fairly recently. And you get 200, and they come in on a bus, and I'm telling you, they are just amazed. And you say "Willkommen," and they just are surprised at the quality of what they see. And I think they leave being quite impressed.
That's cool. Okay, now what's a car guy, Walter P. Chrysler, know about art?
Well, I don't know what he knew about cars. It's more
That's probably the question.
and they seem to have kept him out of the car business. And
I think they let him run tanks or something there for a while, didn't
they? He was interested in art even as a young man, even
Really?
as a student in schools, and started collecting. And like some collectors, you start and then you get something and you like it. And
Glass was his big thing, right?
Glass was part of it, but European painting, American painting, those are certainly big parts of what he did. Huge glass collection, was, I think, ahead of his time. And as a result, we have one of the premier collections of glass, certainly in the United States.
It is, and I've got to say, the way it was exhibited before was classic and on the money. Well, it's over the top now. It is awesome, and you really don't want to kind of leave the area, and yet the way the museum is done now, it kind of pulls you through.
Right. I think we've tried to be a little more logical in the way that we arrange the collections. Thinking about what we have, so that you can go to ancient worlds, you can go see some of the Asian art, which are good, but probably the highlight of the collection, along with glass, is the European and American painting. And it takes you upstairs, and then you can do a chronological tour, or you can spread yourself out and see just one section, the contemporary, or the Renaissance, or the 19th century.
Or go ride a motorcycle.
Yes, or go ride a motorcycle.
So, I mean, and that's your changing exhibit. So you'll be able to kind of do some fun. Okay, I'm going to circle back around.
Yeah.
You walk into this place, they've just renovated it, they've done all this state-of-the-art stuff. There's probably more attention on the Chrysler than ever before because of being closed for 16 to 18 months.
Yeah.
What's Erik Neal going to do to it?
Erik Neal's going to talk to some people in the community, and he's going to say, what do you think the Chrysler should be? And I'm going to try to listen to a number of people on staff, the trustees, but also people in the community, and say, how can we be a better Chrysler for this community? I also want to say, we are world class. We are absolutely world class, and I'm going to make sure that everyone recognizes that by what we bring in, and eventually, I hope, what we send out.
Cool. Well, Erik, I'm going to tell you, that sofa's yours. Feel free to come back anytime you want to kind of talk about what Erik and your staff are going to do, and what the next upcoming exhibit is going to be, okay?
I'll be happy to.
Welcome to Norfolk.
Thank you very much.
And to Hampton Roads, I will say that.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Thanks for watching.